Greetings viewers. Now, if you are an Indian, and you love your country, and you love your army, then you must have heard of this man, Grandmaster Shifuji Bhardwaj, right? If not, then go learn about him and come back. In brief, Mr. Bhardwaj sounds some sort of super skilled ninja trainer who has, over these years, gained immense skills in his field, and is capable enough of training almost anyone. Shifuji is a person known for his straightforward way of speaking, and a person who loves his country and the Indian Army very much. However, of lately he has been accused of stealing the Army's valor, and impersonating himself as a trainer of the Special Forces. There have been many videos out there on YouTube saying Shifuji Shaurya Bhardwaj exposed and how he is just another liar and scammer. I'm not gonna talk about those people as the authenticity of their allegations are still shady. Note, this video isn't really exposing Mr. Bhardwaj, rather let's see what's the actual matter. So let's begin. Now one thing is for sure, that most you who follow Mr. Bhardwaj must have known him from the video he did which goes by the title Patriots vs Traitors, where he is technically ranting about how some people are making fun/disrespecting the Indian Army soldiers who got martyred in Uri attacks back in September 2016. In this video he goes all out using almost every prominent Hindi abusive phrase available at his disposal. He clearly expresses his anger against such people who have no emotions for the martyrs. By the time this video was made, Shifuji's video had crossed 6 million views. Keep this in mind as it'll serve as a great piece of gone by info by the end of this video. Right after this video, Mr. Bhardwaj's channel starts gaining subscribers madly. That's pretty much expected cause in India, if you talk on such topic, and if it makes sense, it'll surely trigger the emotions of the audience and it's a score. Unfortunately, I do not have the screenshot of the moment when the night I saw this video his subscriber count was around 40,000 when the next day it had crossed 2.5 lakhs. Great work. Right after this guy gets popular on the internet, people loving calling him Shifuji, and appraising his great work. Well, apart from taking on the opponents out on YouTube, Mr. Bhardwaj also runs a self-defense program for the girls which goes by the title Mission Prahar. Under this scheme Mr. Bhardwaj would conduct 3 to 4 days workshop in various cities of India which was absolutely free and girls exclusive. He says that the best protection is self-defense. You can learn more about this program on his official website. The same website which later on becomes the center of controversy. The one thing which actually made him gain such a huge fan base was the fact that he is the mentor of Indian Army Special Forces, which later on proves out to be untrue. In fact, most of the claims made by him, or others regarding the fact that he is in any way related to the Indian Armed Force were absolutely false. But don't think this is another exposed video, as I'm gonna try and explain you guys the whole thing from the eyes of a common educated Indian. Let's try and understand things from this particular video that Mr. Bhardwaj has released off lately. This video appears to be his answer to the people who are putting allegations on him. Now if you watch the complete video, and I assume that you do follow his channel, by that I mean you have seen most of his other videos, you'll eventually start getting a feeling of contradictory deja vu. To begin with, he says that people are saying that he has lied by saying that he is an army man. He says that he has never ever said that he is in the Indian Army. He never claimed of being a JCO, Havaldar or an officer of the Defense Forces. Now I agree with him on this one. Mr. Bhardwaj hasn't really claimed that he comes from the Defense Forces. The closest relation with the army and him was that his brother had got martyred in Kashmir, so the first phase is clean for him. Then he says that some people say that he has lied to the masses by saying that he was the mentor or trainer of the Special Forces. He says that the Army or Special Forces do not really need his or anyone else's guidance as they are self-sufficient. Here lies the first problem. By saying this, technically Mr. Bhardwaj is saying that he isn't really the mentor of Special Forces, whereas in all, or say most of his previous videos except for this one, right after the camera rolls an introductory dialogue box kind of thing flashes saying Grandmaster Shifuji Shaurya Bhardwaj, Chief Commando's mentor of the elite Special Forces. Any explanations here, Mr. Bhardwaj? If that raises your eyebrows, then here's one more. If you remember his video he did regarding the surgical strikes India conducted right after the Uri attacks, at one point he says that yes, he has all the details of the surgical strikes, and as a tip of the iceberg info, He says that 2 parachutes regiments were involved in the operation, but his dignity doesn't permit him to tell their names. Now as far as I know, being from an army background, it isn't that easy to get such an important detail about any army operations. Hope Mr. Bhardwaj will say something on this sometime. By the way, he says multiple times that he has all the details of the surgical strikes which he doesn't feel like sharing with us. If you are still watching this video, then I assume that by now you have started taking things more rationally and patiently. Let's move on to the next fact. In another video he talks about cybercrime stuff. Here he is addressing the youth of the nation, suggesting them to be more careful when they are on the internet. He also tells not to share any such image on social media which in any form may reveal any elite info about the army or its plan. He also mocks at some trainers who have been hired by the army to train their forces, and how they click images with the soldiers and use them for promotion. Now if you visit his website or Facebook page, which he claims he doesn't own any, you can see him posing with some commando-like people who appear to be some sort of battalion or something. He is also seen taking pictures with some really fancy and badass weaponry which clearly common man cannot gain access to. One more time, checkmate. There's one more thing to talk on. You see, in most of his videos you'll see him wearing a maroon barrette around his neck with the commando logo on it. Now it isn't probably a crime to wear any such army accessory for fashion as far as I know, so I won't really go too hard on him on this. So now that we have talked about all the wrong Mr. Bhardwaj has done, let's see the motive behind this. Firstly, we all can accept that whatever topic he speaks on, he doesn't serve any lie or false views, I mean most of the time. Also he doesn't speak any bullshit which makes him lovable instantly. So why are some people hating him? There are 2 main reasons that I see. 1. He is using army's name to promote himself. This is not that big an issue, because people who are accusing him of impersonating as an army trainer seem to be jealous of him cause he says what many can't listen. That could also make a case of people he targets using such methods to malign his name, because he has a fairly big hater base too. But the second reason, what I see here is the money. You see, a man can't really survive by just conducting free workshop on self-defense, and YouTube is undoubtedly one of the best ways to make huge money. There are many videos out there which will tell you how much money does YouTube pay. Having said that though, there's one more side of the story, and that is One Digital Entertainment. You see this logo on every video of Mr. Bhardwaj, as this is the production team for his videos. So chances are the One Digital team might have added the mentor trainer for special forces attribution under his introduction, and that they might have added all the images that you see on his website. In fact, there could be the possibility that this very production house is actually owning this channel and Mr. Bhardwaj could be just the face. This can make a strong case, as if you see the replies in the video comments, you'll eventually understand that it's not Shifuji, but some other admin moderating the comments. Talking of his website and social handles, in one of his videos he says that he owns an old generation keypad type phone. He doesn't use Facebook or any such stuff, and he has no official page anywhere. But if you look at the description box below his videos, there are linked to various accounts, so who really owns them? Although there is no verified icon on the Facebook page that supposedly belongs to him, so no complaints here. So what do we conclude with? Well, we can agree upon the fact that Shifuji Shaurya Bhardwaj is undoubtedly a martial art trainer. He has great love for his country and its people, especially the armed forces. He talks the mind of the Indian citizen in the loudest way possible. However, on the flip side, he has used army's name to promote himself. He has mutely called himself the mentor of special forces, which certainly is unacceptable, but that doesn't really mean he has stolen the valor of army. In fact, no one can love him or hate him. The story is here. Hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.